Thank you, Madam Speaker. At this time, I'd like to yield 4 minutes to the gentleman from Ohio, Mr. Jim Jordan.
Gentleman from Ohio is recognized for 4 minutes.
I thank the gentleman, and I thank him for his amazing service to our country. Madam Speaker, I rise in opposition to this resolution. There have been many good arguments made as to why this resolution is not in the best interest of our military, not in the best interest of our country. But I want to focus on one point, and that is just how real and how serious the threat of terrorism is, because that's what this struggle in Iraq is really about. And I'm just going to read the list of terrorist attacks against Americans, and we've heard this list before, but I think it's important to refocus on this. 1979, 66 American hostages were taken in Iran. 1983, 241 Marines were killed in Beirut. 1988, 189 Americans were killed in the Pan Am bombing. In 1993, in the first World Trade Center bombing, we lost 6 Americans. In 1996, 19 service members were killed in the Khobar Towers bombing. In 2000, 17 American sailors lost their lives in the USS Cole. And of course, in 2001, that date we all remember, 9/11, 2,973 Americans lost their lives in the World Trade Center bombing, in the Pentagon, and in Pennsylvania. I'm reminded of, when you think about the actions of these terrorists and how real and dangerous they are, I'm reminded of last summer when the Pope made a statement in a speech about the radical element, small but radical element within the Islamic faith and the violence associated with that element. And the reaction to this Pope's statement about violence among this radical but small element, the reaction to his statement about violence was violence. It was the destruction of churches, the destruction of buildings, it was the taking of the life of an innocent nun in Italy. That's what we're up against. This democratic resolution puts us on a path towards leaving Iraq before victory is attained. It puts us on a path that will cut funds to our brave men and women already in battle. It puts us on a path that is wrong for America. And most importantly, I think, it puts us on the wrong path that will most assuredly embolden the very people who are responsible for the terrorist acts I just listed. If you remember, shortly after 9/11, the President gave a series of speeches where he outlined a policy. He said, if you're a country that harbors terrorists, if you're a country that provides financing to terrorists, if you're a country that trains terrorists, if you're a country that is producing weapons that are going to harm vast numbers of people, if you're doing those things, we're going to put you on notice that we're not going to tolerate it. And it was, if you remember, it was amazing how quickly Muammar Gaddafi in Libya, Muammar Gaddafi found the Lord and saw the light, and how quickly he was willing to say, you know what, I'm going to work now with the United States and come. He understood that when America says something, we mean it. If we just do what this Democrat resolution puts us on the path to do, I'm afraid of the message it sends to the Gaddafis around the world and what that can mean for the future safety of Americans and for our military. You know, this is a great country. We have been able to overcome whatever challenges have presented themselves to us throughout our history. And it's important that we do this, have the same resolve as we approach this challenge. Just a few weeks ago, I'm just a freshman member of the Congress, and just a few weeks ago it was put on display what is so great about America. As we said in this chamber during the State of the Union address, and during that speech, the President pointed up to the gallery and he highlighted some great Americans, some American heroes. And the one that stuck out in my mind, and many of you may remember this, was the Wesley Autry, the subway man. And I thought it was so amazing to see what this man had done and how that contrasts with the actions of the terrorists. Wesley Autry in the subway, willing to jump in front of a train in the track to save a complete stranger simply because he was a fellow human being. Contrast that action with the action of the terrorist, who will jump into that same subway, blow himself up to kill as many innocent people as he can. What is great about this country is the respect we place on human life, the preciousness and sacredness that Americans have for human life. That is the difference between us and the terrorists. That is why it's so important to confront these folks wherever they choose to fight us. Right now, that place is Iraq. That's why this resolution is bad. Ladies and gentlemen, we should not pass a resolution in which politicians...
Has expired.
30 seconds, please.
Yield the gentleman 30 seconds.
I thank
Gentleman is recognized for an additional 30 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, we should not pass a resolution in which politicians second-guess our military leaders in the field. We should not pass a resolution that will embolden our enemy, and most importantly, we should not waver in our commitment to protect human life and to confront the evil that is among us. I urge a no vote on the resolution, and yield back my time. Thank you.